HOA tried breaking into my garage. I dialed 911 and sued them into oblivion. What would you do if your homeowners association tried to break into your own garage, claiming they had the right to control your private space? That's exactly what happened to Mia Carter, a single mother and small business owner living in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Nevada. One sunny afternoon, she caught her HOA's property manager, Karen Whitmore, attempting to drill through her garage lock with two burly maintenance workers in tow. The reason? A baseless rumor that Mia was running an unauthorized auto repair shop out of her garage. What followed was a whirlwind of confrontation, legal battles, and a stunning revelation that turned the tables on Karen and her power-hungry HOA board. Mia had moved to the Desert Pines community 2 years prior, seeking a safe haven for her teenage daughter, Lily, after a tough divorce. She ran a small online vintage clothing store, using her garage to store inventory and package orders. The garage was her sanctuary, neatly organized with racks of dresses and boxes of accessories. Not a single car part in sight. But Karen, the HOA's self-appointed enforcer, had other ideas. Known for her eagle-eyed inspections and relentless fines, Karen had been terrorizing the neighborhood for years, wielding the HOA's vague bylaws like a scepter. When an anonymous tip later revealed to be from a nosy neighbor jealous of Mia's thriving business claimed she was violating the HOA's no commercial activity rule, Karen saw her chance to flex her authority. That fateful day, Mia was on a call with a supplier when she heard a loud grinding noise outside. Peeking through her window, she was stunned to see Karen directing two workers as they tampered with her garage door. "What the hell are you doing?" Mia shouted, storming outside. Karen, unfazed, smirked and waved a clipboard. "We have the right to inspect any property for violations," she declared, citing a dubious clause in the HOA's covenants, conditions, and restrictions, CC and RS. Mia demanded they stop, but Karen insisted they'd break in if necessary to protect the community's standards. Panicked but furious, Mia dialed 911, reporting an attempted break-in. Within minutes, police sirens wailed, and Karen's smug expression faltered as officers arrived, ordering everyone to step back. The police were clear. The HOA had no legal right to force entry into Mia's private property without a court order or her consent. Karen's claim of emergency inspection powers was nonsense, and the officers warned her against further attempts. Humiliated, Karen and her crew slunk away, but not before she hissed at Mia, "This isn't over." For Mia, it was just the beginning. Determined to hold the HOA accountable, she contacted a local attorney, Sarah Nguyen, who specialized in HOA disputes. Sarah was appalled by the HOA's overreach and saw a strong case for trespass, harassment, and breach of fiduciary duty. "They're acting like they own your home," Sarah said. "Let's remind them who's really in charge." As Mia and Sarah dug into the HOA's actions, a surprising twist emerged. A neighbor, Tom, a quiet retiree who'd clashed with Karen over his backyard vegetable garden, came forward with damning information. He'd overheard Karen at a board meeting bragging about teaching Mia a lesson to boost her own reputation as a tough leader. Tom also revealed that Karen had been skimming HOA funds, funneling them to a friend's maintenance company, the same one whose workers tried to break into Mia's garage. This wasn't just about a power trip. It was a scheme to justify inflated contracts and silence anyone who might question the board's finances. Tom's testimony was a game-changer, turning Mia's personal fight into a broader battle against corruption. Armed with this revelation, Mia and Sarah filed a lawsuit against the HOA Karen and the board members who'd enabled her. The complaint alleged trespass, attempted unlawful entry, breach of fiduciary duty, and fraud, citing Karen's misuse of HOA funds. The courtroom showdown was electric. Karen, dressed in a pristine blazer, tried to paint herself as a diligent protector of community standards, but Sarah dismantled her facade. She presented police reports, Tom's sworn statement, and financial records showing thousands of dollars funneled to the maintenance company. Mia took the stand, her voice steady as she described the fear and violation of seeing strangers try to invade her space. "That garage is my livelihood," she said, tears in her eyes. "They had no right to touch it. The defense argued that the HOA acted within its rights to enforce rules and that Mia's business violated the CC and RS. But Sarah countered with evidence that Mia's online store caused no nuisance, no extra traffic, no noise, nothing to justify the HOA's drastic measures. The judge was unimpressed with Karen's excuses, especially when Tom's testimony exposed her ulterior motives. The courtroom gasped as Sarah revealed a text from Karen to a board member: "If we don't make an example of her, others will think they can do whatever they want." The tide had turned and Karen's carefully curated image began to crumble. The verdict was a landslide in Mia's favor. The judge ruled that the HOA's actions constituted trespass and harassment, awarding Mia $50,000 in compensatory damages for emotional distress and $100,000 in punitive damages to deter future overreach. Karen was personally liable for $20,000 due to her reckless and malicious conduct. The court also ordered the HOA to cover Mia's legal fees, totaling $30,000, and issued an injunction barring the board from further unauthorized inspections. But the real blow came when the judge mandated an independent audit of the HOA's finances, prompted by evidence of Karen's fraud. The audit uncovered $75,000 in misappropriated funds, leading to Karen's removal from the board and a criminal investigation into her actions. Karen's downfall was the talk of Desert Pines. Neighbors who'd once feared her now openly criticized her reign of terror. The HOA, facing mounting legal costs and public scrutiny, was forced to overhaul its board and rewrite its bylaws to prioritize transparency and homeowner rights. Mia, once an outsider in the community, became a local hero. Neighbors rallied around her, some even volunteering to help with her business during the lawsuit's stress. Tom, the unassuming retiree, was elected to the new board, vowing to keep the HOA fair and accountable. Mia used part of her settlement to fund a college savings account for Lily, ensuring her daughter's future was secure. The victory wasn't just about money, it was about reclaiming power. Mia's stand showed that no one, not even a domineering HOA, could trample on her rights. Her story spread across social media, inspiring others to challenge overzealous HOAs. "I fought for my home and my peace," Mia said in a local news interview. "If someone's trying to bully you, don't back down. Get the facts, find allies, and fight back." The community, once divided by fear of Karen's wrath, came together, hosting block parties and forming a watchdog group to keep the HOA in check. What do you think? Was Mia right to take her HOA to court, or should she have tried to resolve it quietly? Have you ever faced an overreaching HOA or authority figure? Share your thought. Your perspective could spark a conversation that helps others stand up for their rights.